All right, home stretch. It's part 7 of our 7-part series of selling your home on your own.
Oh, God. You're like Dr. Seussette. Dr. Seussette?
It's time to move, but really what we want to focus on is that period of time between accepting an offer and closing when you have to be out of your house. And there's a few pieces to this. The first one is packing, getting movers, cleaning your house. What do you do with the keys? And then probably the one piece that you care the most about, how do you get your money?
You want the money.
Okay, the first thing to say really is that during this in-between time where you've accepted the offer and you're going to close, there isn't too much you have to do from an admin perspective. Other than, that appraiser is going to want to get in the house and you're going to have to do that, and keeping in touch with the lender just to make sure the loan is coming through and is processing and it's going to all work out.
Yeah, just put a reminder on your calendar every Monday or Tuesday to reach out to the lender, shoot them a text or call.
Checking in, saying, hey, want to make sure that loan's coming through. Is everything looking good?
Yep.
Just a little check-in, as simple as that.
Yep.
Packing and moving. We always suggest with our clients to get multiple bids from movers because prices can vary drastically between companies.
Yeah, and typically the way movers handle things is they're going to price it out by a moving team of either 2 or 4 people. You could have more if you live in a McMansion or something. But they're going to price it out based on that. And if you're hiring movers, like we live in this kind of Kirkland, Bellevue area where movers are more expensive, but if you get a mover from a little bit further out, then maybe less. And moving could cost you anywhere from a couple $1,000. Like some people are going to do it on their own. I want to rent a U-Haul.
You can do it on your own. Yeah, there's so many different options, whether it's doing it on your own with U-Haul, or you can get those pods, which actually tend to be a lot more expensive. You can get movers, but you can also get movers who also do the packing for you if you want full service.
Yeah, and just remember, the packing part is so great. They bring in all the supplies. They bring in the bubble tape and the tape.
Bubble wrap, and the tape.
But you're paying for it all, and you're paying the movers to do it. So there's another option with movers. So I've had clients do this a few times. So the Dolly app?
Yep.
So Dolly app is basically like the Uber of guys and gals doing things. So even if you're like, I have so much junk in my house, I'm gonna rent a dumpster, and I need somebody to help me throw everything away. You can go to the Dolly app, and it's really inexpensive. You can hire a couple guys.
Dolly as in Dolly.
Yeah. Is that how Dolly Parton spells her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Think
Queen.
about Dolly. Yeah, Queen. But you can hire these guys. They can help move things into a moving truck. They can help throw things in a dumpster, whatever you need. That's a less expensive way, probably in between doing it by yourself, or hiring movers. Again, get a couple of bids because prices can vary dramatically.
Yeah. As far as movers go, we always suggest that people kind of move out of the house 1 day prior to closing so that you have an extra day for cleaners, which gets us to our next point.
Yeah, and cleaners are so important.
Yeah, so basically a homeowner or a buyer is going to they're buying a new house, right? They're going to want to walk in and feel like it's new.
And it may be part of the contract. So in our contracts in Washington State, they may say house needs to be cleaned. They may say house needs to be professionally cleaned. So again, when you're working with your attorney, make sure you know what's in that contract, because again, put yourself in their shoes and say, hey, like, do I really want to walk into the garage with cobwebs everywhere or a refrigerator that hasn't been cleaned? Do your best, because people are buying the most expensive thing they're ever going to do.
Right. So we're on to kind of one of our last pieces, which is closing day and keys, handing those over. Mm-hmm. So do you kind of want to talk about how that process goes?
Yeah. So again, a buyer's going to want the keys. Hey, house closes today. It's the 15th of August. I want my keys first thing in the morning. Do not give them the keys until it's officially recorded with whatever county you live in, right? So that is not in your control. So if the escrow company lets you know that we've sent all the documents out for them to record with the county, it can take several hours. Usually we see closings officially with the county sometime between 2 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So hold on to your keys. Do not give them, even if they're begging. Do not give them the keys until later, because sometimes
totally official.
Yeah, because you just never know, because
things
you may
happen.
Like the God forbid somebody loses their job on the last day, or there's some issue processing the loan, or some issue at escrow. hold on to the keys until you get the final go-ahead from the escrow company.
Yep. And then their realtor, or if they're not using one themselves, they'll reach out to you to figure out when to exchange those keys. You can give them to your realtor, give them all the keys, give them your garage door openers. If you have a keypad to get into your garage, you'll give them the code, and then it'll be a done deal.
Yep.
But the most important piece of all these 7-part series, every video.
Why you are selling your house.
How do you get your money?
Why am I yelling?
I don't know.
So ideally, I know, let's go back to this key part real quick. So if your closing happens at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, more than likely you cannot get that money the same day. So I just want to prep you, like if your house closes on,
Friday at 5.
Friday at 5, you may not get your money until Monday. If it closes at Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is rare, but it does happen, you could probably get your money the same day. You can have them leave a check for you at the escrow office. You can pick it up. They will either FedEx it to you overnight. And the quickest way, although this is why you can't get your money the same day typically, that doesn't make it the quickest, but is getting it wired to you.
Yeah.
But just know that, especially since we do this day in and day out, that there are wiring issues, right? There is wire fraud. So I don't want to scare you with that because we wire stuff all the time. But just know that wiring fraud does happen. So if that freaks you out and therefore, if there is fraud, you cannot get your money back, go pick up a check. It's a cashier's check from the escrow company and put it in your account right away. It's a lot of money.
Okay, so we've pretty much gone through the steps to selling your home on your own. I hope this was super helpful for you. Some big takeaways just for us to remind you guys. Professional photography is going to go a really long way.
Get a real estate attorney.
Getting a real estate attorney is going to make that contract stuff way less stressful for you, and it's going to be safe because you're not going to have any sort of legal ramifications. Make everything look beautiful, pretty, clean, and all of that. And then again, if you have any questions, if you have a friend who is a realtor, if you know a local realtor, or if you want to reach out to us, we are more than happy to answer any questions you have.
I mean, literally, our cell phone numbers are out there. We'll put them down somewhere here. Like you could text me.
Yeah.
But Molly's little rhyme is
selling your home on your own.
That's it.